My dad didn't even want me playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was my mom who kind of let me play football, kind of talked him into letting me play because
No way.
he was totally against me playing.
Because of sort of the things that come with being a professional athlete, the weight that comes with that?
Yeah, and just kind of some of the things he went through just with injuries and stuff, just kind of mentally hit him later on in life, and he just didn't want that for me, so.
Welcome back to the first half on TSN 690. I'm Paul Debaye, and in studio is linebacker Tyrell Richards. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's
welcome.
good to be here.
Yeah, you get to talk. You get to talk in the mic a little bit. You can be as loud as you want because everybody out there likes it loud. Likes to hear some stuff. What a pleasure to meet you. We got a few minutes just before, and we connected earlier on this week, and. For those that, I read out your bio, and again, obviously everything's out there online. That's the beautiful world that we live in 2024. But for those that sort of want to hear it from your lips and not digitally, can you give us a little background on sort of the trajectory of how you got to the CFL? Where I know you're born Canadian, but how this all went down into the US and then right here, and you know what you're doing here. So some magic stuff's going on. So give us a little backstory, please.
Well, I grew up playing football in Ontario, just outside Toronto in Brampton, and it was just I don't know. I just got good at it, so I decided to try my hand at a few camps in the States, and luckily I got an offer from Syracuse, and as soon as I got my first one, I kind of took it and just decided that that was the place I wanted to be, and went down there, had a couple good years, and as soon as the opportunity came knocking, it's always been a dream of mine since I grew up watching and playing. And
so that's it. So growing up as a kid, you guys at home were watching a lot of football?
Yep. A lot of CFL, watching AC kill the Argonauts back in the days.
Wow.
So, it's honestly a dream to be here.
Was mom and dad totally into it, or was it one side of the family that was sort of?
It was more dad for sure. He used to play.
Is that right?
So
where?
He played Ottawa when they were the Rough Riders, and then he went to BC and.
Dude, it's lineage.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to lead with that.
Okay.
This is your it's pedigree. Yeah. It's written in the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't have much of it. There was football. There was an American football in your house.
Yeah.
Before you were born, and then as you were born, right? It was in the crib.
My dad didn't even want me playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was my mom who kind of let me play football, kind of talked him into letting me play because he was totally against me playing. Because
of sort of the things that come with being a professional athlete, the weight that comes with that.
Yeah, and just kind of some of the things he went through just with injuries and stuff. Just kind of mentally hit him later on in life, and he just didn't want that for me. So. But it's a risk you take when you love the game, and
and it was in your DNA. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's not something I knew about, and it wasn't one of the questions. But I think that it's got to be brought up, especially health and mental health and all of these other elements is such a massive piece of athletics and a massive piece of professional sports. Yeah. And there's a lot of pro parents that have kids that don't want their children following in their footsteps, and it's a pretty big story. I mean, that's something I'm sure that you guys can explore later on when you have time. Right now, I know you got a lot of work to do, but there's probably a lot of people that can benefit from that story of your father saying, no, I don't want him going down that path. Your mom like, no, you can see it's in the DNA, but we'll look at it differently. And also, science is different, equipment's different. Health recovery is different. It's all different, right?
Yep. It's all because when he got hurt, it was 1998, the year I was born, and that was kind of his last injury, ACL. So back then it was kind of like a career ender. Yeah. So he came back. He just couldn't run as fast, wasn't as explosive, so he decided to call it in.
When you were playing with Syracuse, when you made the jump, when you came into the CFL, were you like, yes, this is where I need to be? Were you like, this is it? I'm ready to take on this challenge. The learning curve will not be that great. And what I mean by that is obviously there's plenty to learn.
Yeah.
But what I mean is it's not too far off. Now it's about being a professional. And again, I'm not taking away from the university level stuff because let's be honest, especially the US, it's as pro as it's as pro as all the leagues.
Yeah.
But it's still a jump, man. It's still you're still moving into a different market. You're moving into Montreal. You're different languages. Media responsibility, everything.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you?
It's just way different. You find, I found in the States, it's professional in the sense that everything is kind of, your whole day is kind of planned for you. You know what you're doing from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. Whereas up here, you actually have to be a professional. You have to take care of things yourself. You have to make sure that you're where you need to be. Whereas like in college, if you weren't, you'll have someone hounding you down. And
is that because of an age thing, or is it just because of the way the system works?
I think it's more the system, just the way classes need to be set up.
Yeah, because you have education, you have to parlay with practice and football and actual games.
Yep.
Practices. Once you're a pro, you have your games, you have all your training, but then there's it's like, okay, you got some time to yourself now.
Yeah, and that's the trap you can't fall into, is just thinking that you have way more time than what you have.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what a lot of do you see as the time goes on, you become more of the vet, and there's newer kids? Well, it's true. I mean, every year makes you the older guy, right? That's just how it is. Yeah. Do you see that as being actually one of the things that the newer guys, the newer, sort of freshmen coming into the league have to understand, that you got to watch out for that?
Maybe not all of them, but there's definitely a couple that don't fall into the trap, but maybe think they have more time than they do. And then after like the first couple weeks, it's like, oops. They realize,
time management is key. Is key. I love it. So being in Montreal, which is again one of the most unique cities on the planet, Toronto's amazing too, but we are talking Montreal. We are in Montreal, the beautiful, la belle ville. How has it been for you now? It's 3 years in Montreal.
It's my third year. Yeah.
So you're almost. I don't know if there's maybe the fourth year makes you 100% from Montreal. Yeah. I'm joking, of course. Yeah. I think once you live here over a couple of months, you become you're totally ingrained.
Yeah.
How's the city been? How have you found being here and sort of ingesting all the energy that Montreal has to offer?
I found that this is definitely my favorite city that I've lived in.
Now you're not just saying that, right? Because you're playing here.
No,
I'm being dead. This is the first half, and we're talking. I'm trying to get towards European football. So nobody here is listening. Is like, what's he saying? You know what I mean? Like we want to. So be honest, Yeah,
the first few weeks I found it was my favorite, just because
cool.
Even the way how walkable the city is, the way the metro runs, just everything is just kind of crisp, I find. Wow. Whereas like every other city I've been to, it just kind of feels
more staggered, like a little harder to get to from
get around, and like there's not as much to do in such a small area. Like, I live by McGill-ish, and like downtown's right there, and there's so much to do constantly. Like you can just walk down the street and find different stuff. That
there's festivals, there's events, the restaurants, bars, cafe. Like there's always something going on.
Yeah,
students. I mean, it's really all the time, man.
Yeah, and like the first thing I saw when I got here was the Jazz Fest. And that was like kind of made me fall in love with.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard not to fall in love with Montreal.
Yeah,
and you're living downtown, so that means you're walking to the Jazz Fest.
Yep.
You're walking into that, and if you get hit with that amazing energy and that really cool vibe, forget it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it's a good act too, that's on one of the free stages too, and you have. Everybody's jamming and having an amazing time. It's really something special. I agree 100% to that. Football. European football.
Okay.
Little footy. Little footy. How was that entrenched in your life? So for those that are listening, they're going to see clips and stuff like that later on our IG account. but so you're rocking a CF Montreal shirt.
Yep.
But I want to ask you where football sort of started up European. So let's you know what? Let's make this simple. Even though I started off with like football, just to trick mess with everybody's brain. But for my simple hamster, let's go with soccer. Let's call it soccer for now. Everybody can yell about it. They can go on X. They can go on IG. They can complain about what I'm saying. But let's call it soccer just to keep it simple, because we are talking about football, CFL again, right? Soccer. How'd that come into your life?
Again, it was my parents. It was my mom. I used to go watch her play in her leagues, and I just kind of fell in love watching it. So decided to try it out.
In her leagues, so she was playing.
Yeah, she was playing just in like local leagues and
pickup leagues.
Yeah.
Give your mom props, man.
Yeah.
We talked about your pops. Now we're talking about your mom.
But
amazing.
She was really good.
Sick. What was her position?
Center back. Yeah,
Nice.
I transitioned to center back later on in my career. But I started off as like a right back winger, and then moved to striker. And yeah.
Nice. So what? You know what? Here's a funny question. What? I mean, you're a big guy. You're obviously athletic.
Yeah.
But you're not heavy.
No.
Obviously, for your but this is how this is the frame.
Yep.
Why not soccer? Can I ask? I mean, especially even in the U.S., even in Canada, like the opportunity was there, with based on your age and schooling and all the other stuff. There was no like, hey.
I was just kind of I got too big. It started being like in the leagues around just because of my size. Like if kids would foul me and then somehow still get the calls.
Yeah,
I started getting frustrated and started getting yellows, talking to refs a little too much. So
So it's the mouth. The mouth got you in trouble. Like, the mouth got you out of soccer and into football. There we go. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Okay, so that's fair. So you grew up playing it, but really watching it with your mom going on the sidelines. And then were you guys watching? Again, were you watching any European soccer at home?
Yeah. Every weekend was Premier League weekend, so my mom supported Man U. So I grew up watching Man U, watching Fergie, and I couldn't tell her back then that I was an Arsenal fan.
But where does that? Okay, so I did a little news flash before. Where does Arsenal come from? So you tell to everybody listening on the first half on TSN 690 with Tyrell from the Alouettes. We are now talking about Arsenal Football Club. Tell us where that love comes from, please.
It was my first year playing. I fell in love with Thierry Henry just watching him. It kind of reminded me of myself a little bit, just fast. I was fast. I had good feet, left, right. So just fell in love with them. They had their invincible season, and then decided to start supporting them the year after, thinking, maybe we win again, and
that was it.
Now I'm here. Like
Fingers
14
crossed.
years later.
Fingers crossed. Let's go. What did Dad watch soccer?
Yep.
And his team was?
He didn't really have a team.
So default mom.
Yeah.
Okay. Brothers and sisters?
2 sisters.
Younger, older?
Both older.
Into it? No.
Not
Sort of,
watching.
you're doing
They played, but not really the watching aspect.
So, but if they did watch, it was default to mom too?
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
So you are watching with the family of all United supporters, basically.
Pretty
That's
much.
what I'm saying. It's 4 supporters.
Yep.
All United. And you decide, I like what Terry's doing. I like his moves.
Yep.
I'm going to be a gunner.
Yeah.
And then when you turn to mom, said, Mom, I'm sorry. Because somewhere at Christmas, some holiday, something, there was a box with a jersey that probably came under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And did you go, I can't wear that?
No, it was an AC Milan jersey. So,
Hey, Luca!
Yeah.
You hear that? Luca's got the smile. Oh my God! It was an AC Milan.
Yeah, I think my first jersey ever was a Totti jersey from
Beautiful.
Roma.
Okay.
So the one after that, the one that like I kind of more resonated with was a Kaká.
Oh,
AC
very
Milan
nice.
jersey.
That's amazing. So mom is. We got to get mom in here.
Yeah.
I think maybe this interview is over and we could get mom over, because I think we need to talk, because somebody understands it completely.
Yeah.
That is 100% understanding of the beautiful game.
Yeah.
She Canadian?
Yep. French Canadian.
She French Canadian.
Yep.
In love with football, played football, and completely understood the storyline of legendary footballers.
Yep.
Well, so for everybody who's listening to the TSN 690 in the first half, we are with Alouettes linebacker Tyrell Richards. But we are talking about some of the best soccer stories, and I'm saying soccer. That's what's going on. This is unreal, man. This is totally amazing. And wow. Okay, look, we're gonna take a quick break. Then we're gonna ask a couple more questions. Then we're gonna jump to 12 questions because you're not going anywhere. We're keeping you.
Yep.
And you don't have to be at practice tonight, so there's no excuses.
No.
So again, thank you so much right now for joining us and opening up and talking to us about some stuff. We are in studio with linebacker Tyrell Richards. Join us after this break, and we are brought to you by Quincaillerie Notre Dame, serving Montreal for over 135 years. Welcome back to TSN 690, the first half. I'm Paul Debaye, and we are joined in studio with Arsenal supporter. Okay. Al's linebacker, Tyrell Richards. Thank you again for joining us in studio. You are a very smooth cat, and it is a real pleasure to get to know you. Again, one of the fun things for me and this show on the first half is to actually take a few minutes to talk to people. Actually, we listen. It's fun, and it's just it's so cool. Like half the time, we have people that we know for the first time coming in, and we talk like, oh man, we never really spoke. And with you, this is the first time we meet, and I'm bringing you to the pub. Like, I'm gonna get you and your family over to the pub, dude. The United Gunners. Hold on, United Arsenal will come down.
Yeah.
You're all coming. We're taking care of you at the line. Okay, that's a must. And I know Luca will be there for sure too. Yeah. That is a must. Okay. I'm putting that. It's on there. It's on there.
I'll text my parents after.
Yeah. No, that's a must. It's like, because that will be funny as heck. Yeah. Because I want to see this table of everybody, and you in your shirt, and everybody else in the other shirts. Have you been to any European soccer matches live?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. I went to Man U did a tour.
Yeah.
Back when I was growing up, like 2012, I think they played Celtic at the TFC Stadium.
Sick.
And I got to go see.
Oh yeah, because you were living in Toronto, right?
Yeah. So I've seen that. Honestly, I need to go to London and see Arsenal live at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's an experience and a half. And to be perfectly honest, I've been to TFC in the stadium for a bunch of different things, and it's a great atmosphere. Yeah. And obviously, it being filled with Celtic and United supporters would have been a whole other experience as well. Yeah. But once you get to Europe, it's altering. Yeah. It really is. It's totally altering. So what about MLS? What are your? Are you into it? You following it? Are you following other teams? Are you following your local team here, CF Montreal, just because it's your local team? TFC because you're from Toronto? Like, how's that playing out?
MLS, I follow CF Montreal now.
Yeah.
Just because I've been to a couple games. And
cool.
It's a cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
The ultras are
fun.
Yeah. Interesting. So that's what I've been following now. I haven't followed TFC for a while.
But the product overall, like again, you are in you're in the CFL, dude. Like, you got fans, you got tailgates, you got TV media, like, right? So you get to see it as an insider and an outside, right? You get to see it on all the perspectives. Yeah. The MLS is a product as a whole. You interested? Like, are you buying what they're selling? Is it the MLS?
Yeah. Nice. Especially now, they're doing a lot for the brand of the MLS. Bringing in top guys over. Yeah. Like, I think, is it Puig? Ricky Puig? Did he sign?
From?
Or it might be someone signed from like Real Madrid, or one of the big teams a couple years ago.
There's a few guys that are just, and it's no longer, I mean, it started off at one point, right? That's no longer the story. Yeah, totally.
And I think that's really good for them. That it's no longer considered the retirement league.
What Leagues Cup, man? Did you like what was going on with Mexico and and the MLS and that whole thing? Did you? So there's Leagues Cups of what Inter Miami won, right? Yeah. So is that something that you were down with for a longer version and vision of the game? Yeah,
I think that that could be our Champions League, the North American side Champions League. So I think it's interesting. Yeah, I think you can expand it a little more. Maybe get some Latin American teams in there, and
outside of Mexico, keep pushing down.
Keep pushing down.
Yeah. I love it. Euros and Copa, just because I'm so enthralled that you're so into soccer. Again, I'm saying soccer for those that are just joining us on the first half, because there's too much football. I go football. Nobody's knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
The Euros.
Yeah.
Were you into it at all?
Yeah.
Did you care? England, Spain?
Nope. My dad was crazy is my dad's British. He was born in England. So.
You're gonna keep dropping all this stuff? You're gonna keep dropping all of this stuff on this show? Here and there. Oh, my mom played. She's a United fan. Oh, yeah, my dad's British. Oh, he played in the CFL. Oh, did I also tell you he played some professional soccer as well? Like, what else? What else can you tell us? I mean, this is crazy. Okay, so your dad's a Brit.
Yeah.
He's got to be a Three Lions fan.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you didn't have any skin in England v Spain this summer?
Nope.
So this interview is over. Okay, that's fine. What about Copa America?
I like it.
Yeah, were you into it? I mean, it was an amazing summer to be able to see such different football, such different energy, day and night, and like, dude, one was like all out WWE, and the other one was ballet. Like it was so heavily. Shucks, was like it was crazy. Yeah, but you were into it. Did you follow Team Canada? Like, where were you on the Copa side of things?
I was more just following Canada.
Okay.
Supporting Canada. Excited to see what the U.S. was gonna do, but but they got a new coach, so I'm excited to see what they'll do now.
Yeah.
They got a good young team coming up.
Yeah.
But
well, it's going to be interesting, right? Because 2026 is just around, like, it is really just around the corner. I think everybody's got to remember that 2025 is 2 months away, which then we all know the way FIFA and everything else works. It will just be nonstop for the next year and a bit.
Yeah.
Like World Cup, and it's going to be on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Do you still have property in Toronto? Because everybody's coming to crash at your place. I'm just trying to get friendly with you so we can come stay with you so we can go watch some games. That's where there's going to be some World Cup. There's going to be actual World Cup matches in Toronto. It's still mind-blowing. Montreal, broke my heart. Cassez la coeur. Okay, so look, you must be excited. You got a huge game because we're going to go into 12 questions. I got to get you. I know you have to leave. So the 14th?
Yep.
You juiced up? You excited?
Always.
Yeah.
But
give us something, man. Like, yeah, man.
Professionally, it's just like you attack every game the same. Like if this was the Great Cup, then I'm gonna be just as excited as if it's first game of the season or first game of the preseason. You know, like you just gotta be able to attack everything the same because like every game is the most important game.
Yeah.
You know? But
because you don't want to look too far ahead.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. But I'm excited.
The city's excited, man. The city's excited. Everybody's. I mean, this has been a nice little chunk of time for the Alouettes.
Yeah.
I saw that recent, sort of fashion drop that just dropped.
Yeah.
It was yesterday or today or 2 days. Really cool. Like, it's good. It's good. Like this is, again, the city loves this.
Yeah.
I
like the fact that they're bringing all the retro stuff back.
Yeah.
And all the like legends.
Yeah.
Just being able to be reminded of just like the history and the culture of the Alouettes,
Yeah. It's important, and I think that, as generations get younger, they get into sports, and the same with marketing, you have to lean on the history, positive or negative, but to keep that lineage going, that storyline going, and that connectivity going with the older and the younger generation, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. Listen, it's been such a pleasure to have you in here, but I can't let you out until we do 12 questions. Okay, so we're going to do 12 questions on the first half on TSN 690.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yep.
All right, right after this sweet jingle. All right, here we go. Question 1. What is your favorite film?
Sharknado.
That is the greatest. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Amazing. That is amazing. What is your favorite song or band?
Earth Gang.
Favorite sports team?
Arsenal.
Number 4. Favorite athlete, dead or alive?
Ibrahimovic.
What is your favorite food?
Right now, P10.
You can't say that.
Why?
Okay. Okay, there's no wrong answer. Number 6. What is your favorite drink, alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
I don't drink alcohol, non-alcoholic, any aloe mixed drink, aloe pomegranate.
Number 7. What would be the first thing you buy if you won the lottery?
Maybe an upgrade on my scooter.
Dream trip.
Bali.
How do you deal with stress?
Kick back, play the game, talk to the guys.
Pajamas or no pajamas for the ladies?
No pajamas.
Number 11. What is your favorite fashion brand at the moment?
Nike.
Number 12. What is one thing you cannot live without?
Food.
Football is?
Life.
Boom! Dude, that was a fantastic 12 questions with Tyrell. Tyrell Richards from the Alouettes. Also giant Arsenal fan here on TSN 690 in the first half. and I will never forget Sharknado as a response. I promise you, as long as I live. But listen, no, and all joking aside, because it's such a pleasure. The city's got your back. We're so excited for what's coming up in a couple of days, and I'm dead serious. I cannot wait to host you and the fam at a game at the Line, just because, again, football fans, like soccer fans, this is honestly what the show's all about, and we really appreciate your time because we know it's very valuable. So thank you for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.